If you've launched a YouTube automation channel recently and you're stuck at 47 subs, watching the algorithm completely ignore your videos no matter how clear they are, you're not failing because you're bad at this. You're failing because you followed advice that stopped working years ago. I know this because I'm running over 5 channels right now, and the one on your screen just surpassed $12,000 a month, which I built in just 4 weeks. So in this video, I'm walking you through 3 steps to achieve results like these, from how to find a format the algorithm is already loving, how to twist it and so you can skip any competition, and how to package it so YouTube has no choice but to push out your video to millions. Let's get into it. So the first thing I do when I launch a channel is something that almost no beginner does. I don't steal a niche, I steal a format. And I know this sounds backwards because every YouTube guru tells you pick a niche first, pick a niche, telling you that niching down is the answer. But that advice is why you see no results. Okay, say you find this channel on YouTube, Feloon. It's a channel blowing up. A lot of gurus are talking about it. We see that they're making videos talking about cats, and the target audience is cat owners. This channel is blowing up. It's making a lot of money. With this many views, minimum $50,000-$60,000 from this one channel. And so you would do what most people tell you, and it's okay, we need to recreate these same videos. You have to stay within a niche. And you would try this yourself, and what do you see? 49 views, 62 views, 60 views, 3 views, 2 views. It's not working for other people. These channels are making videos inside the niche and they are failing, and I will tell you why. Picking a niche tells YouTube what your videos are about, but picking a format tells you what's proven to perform. I watched people for half a year work in these niches that they love so much, but there's no audience and they end up getting nothing, while other people copy viral formats and get monetized in less than 30 days. 2 videos can be in the exact same topic. One gets 500 views, the other one gets 500,000 views. And that 100% depends on how you package the video. The old advice, find your passion, niche down, and just post consistently, doesn't work anymore. That worked when YouTube was hungry for content, but now there's just too much supply. So here's how to find a niche format that is already working without having to guess in under an hour. The first thing that you need to get that is a mandatory is vidIQ. This isn't a sponsor type of thing. You need vidIQ. You don't even need the paid version. The free version is fine. This is going to help you find outlier channels a lot faster. Pay attention. When I go to my YouTube feed, the only thing that I see is a bunch of faceless YouTube automation channels left and right. Look at this. All YouTube automation, faceless channels. This is the type of feed that you want, with a lot of multipliers on your YouTube feed, so you can find popular videos, so you can create a format. In any video that's not YouTube automation or won't really help you, you just go over and click not interested. So we have a lot of great ideas here. Could Julius Randle beat Helen Keller in a 1v1? How to force your brain to crave hard things. We see an explainer channel right here. We see some AI Bible stories, some psychology, good stuff. And what you're looking for are channels that have low subscribers but a lot of views and relatively recent in age. So this one looks good. The entire history of medieval. Okay, look at this one. 1.5 million views in just 2 weeks. And so I would want to click on this channel, and what do we have? A channel that's less than 3 weeks old that is completely crushing it. Look at this. They've made well over $10,000 in just 4 videos uploaded. Instantaneous success. And because I clicked on this channel, I make sure to subscribe to tell YouTube, hey, recommend me more channels like this. We might come back to this channel later. Another way that you can find viral channels and formats to copy off of is by searching up popular formats already. So I like to do the 7 levels of, and as you see here, we will find a lot of faceless YouTube channels. I like to click on some of these. We can also do recently uploaded to search through recently uploaded channels. And again, you will find a lot of these brand new AI YouTube channels popping up. Essentially, again, we are building our algorithms to where we only see viral channels. Another popular format is Your Life As, which you can search up yourself and see all these other channels doing the same format just in different niches. Look at this. FBI agent, Spartan's mother, Mexican cartel rank, concubine, medieval knight. And the only thing you have to do is find your original pivot. And the last way to find explosive channels is actually by using TubeGen. Let me make this clear. I do not own TubeGen. I'm just a partner with TubeGen, but they do have a niche finder tool on their website to where you can find brand new YouTube channels exploding as well. So I set it to typically over 5,000 views on average. Made it in the last 90 days. That's in English. And on this website, I can search for any of these new brand new YouTube channels. Now, why is this important? I will tell you now. You need to find just one explosive video to create an entire niche format. YouTube's algorithm has heavily shifted towards packaging, which means it matters more what the outside of your video looks like than the inside. Don't get that mistaken. Both are very, very important, but you need to follow packaging that works if you want to succeed. So no more copying formats. I'm going to show you how to niche bend. If step 1 is finding the format or the niche, step 2 will be modifying it. And I call this a niche bend or a niche pivot. And up until now, I'm very disappointed on how little people actually talk about this. A niche bend is when you take a format that is proven to work and you bend the audience a little bit sideways so the algorithm continues to reward you and you do not have direct competition. So you remember this first channel that we pulled up? Yes, this channel again makes $50,000-$60,000. Really good channel. They're talking about cats and their target audience is going to be cat owners. Let's bend that a little bit. What's the closest thing to a cat in correlation? That would be a dog. So to absolutely no one's surprise, there's a channel doing this exact same thing with dogs, and guess what? Their first video got 2.3 million views. Second video, 2 million views and 200,000 and 70,000, and it's dwindling down a little bit, but I think it's because their video ideas are not that good. But I want you to keep in mind, they're still getting 150,000 views in the past 7 days right now, and they have made a substantial amount of money. Their estimate here is $17,300, and I would not say that is too off. $17,000. Again, not from doing anything original, just twisting something that you've already found. So let's branch off of dogs again, and let's bring you to another channel doing this, Backyard Bird Mine. And we can see just 2 weeks ago, they have a video with 1.5 million views, doing the same thumbnail format as the other one. Super simple. And they are at 503,000 views within the last 7 days. Good week. That's about $2,500 from this again. AI bird videos, ladies and gentlemen. This is so easy. And now we have even more channels popping up. They are doing wildlife. I've seen people do squirrels, raccoons, deer, trying to talk about other animals. But as you can see, they all have the same theme or same format that they are following within the entire niche. And it doesn't just have to be recent success. You can do the same thing with old channels. But there's a checklist that I recommend that all of you do. And that would be the signature, here we go, a Davier niche breakdown. So you want to break down the niche of the channel or video that you just found as much as possible. So this channel, Flora, is talking about birds, it's talking about trees and fruits and all this stuff. What would this be around? This would be wildlife. I usually like to take their biggest video as an example. So their biggest video is talking about birds. Birds are animals. So yeah, this is what we did. We broke down the niche right here. We identified it. And now we want to branch off in other directions to see how we can pivot this or bend this. Typically, you want to keep the broad niche. So we'll say under wildlife. And let's think of some different animals that we could talk about. Instead of bird, we could do frog. We could do fish. We could do cats. Literally anything. I'm trying to think of things with a lot of variety, if you can see. Or let's say we want to keep it wildlife. Like I said, we don't even want to do animals. Let's just take out animals and let's do plants. We could do rocks like volcanoes. We could do beaches, just beautiful nature and wildlife. So these are all ideas that I just got off of just looking at one particular video. And the next thing I would do is I would search these variations into YouTube to make sure that no one else is doing it. And if there is someone else doing it, we want to make sure that they're not that good. Okay. What you will find is people will go into YouTube niches and their thumbnails and their titles will suck. Therefore, they're not even competition in the first place. So yeah, just make sure your idea isn't taken. And if you have vidIQ Pro, you can also see the search volume on the side, and what will this tell you? Pretty much how many people are inside of it. You want something with a relatively high search volume so you know if there's an audience and competition to be a little low. If the competition is very high, don't do it. And so now we're going to go over the packaging. So what I like to do is, again, take their most popular video or the video that we're going to use to create a format off of, and I'm going to put this video right here so y'all can see this, and I'm going to break this down as much as possible. We're going to completely dissect this title, this thumbnail, so you all can see how to do this. And by the way, you guys are more than willing to take this exact same niche from me right now. So let's break this down. We chose this one because it's their biggest video, obviously. So how could we pivot this? Let's keep this exact same format. 25 is a number. Most incredible is an adjective. Birds is the topic. You must see is the enforcement. So we know exactly how we should word our title. Number, adjective, topic, enforcement. They get a bonus because they have you. What is you? You is a second person word. There's this rule on YouTube called the second person rule. If you talk directly through the viewers, it tends to get more views. And what is the enforcement? People get a little bit confused on what the enforcement is. The enforcement usually cannot stand alone. It's an enhancement to the original sentence. So this title could be 25 most incredible birds. That makes sense. It could stand alone. We add in the enforcement, you have to see. Now we're telling the viewer directly, you have to see this. So now let's make an example for our own. And I want someone down in the comments to literally make video ideas using the same format, because this is probably the best format, the most proven format throughout all of YouTube history. If you were watching top 10 water slide videos back in 2010, I guarantee you it was in the same format. So what if we did 9 adjective instead of most incredible, we'll do most shocking. Let's switch out our topic. Instead of birds, we're gonna do fish. But we don't even have to do animals. We could talk about computers, we could talk about glasses, we could talk about house types. And now we have our enforcement. Instead of doing you have to see, we could do you must see. We could say that will shock you, you won't believe. These are all examples of enforcements. And so now we do have our one title based off of the format of what's already worked. So now we can point things out in the thumbnail that's working. We have one center subject. It is realistic. It is exotic. And we can see it's also AI. Okay. I hate to tell you guys this, but it's not a real bird. It's an AI bird. It's a bird that looks really strange. I'm looking at this. I'm like, what is this? So we have to make sure that our thumbnail is as appealing as well. And so for our video on fish, we would have a thumbnail of a weird looking AI realistic fish. And that is exactly how we would run this. So my webcam may have been covering it, but again, 9 most shocking fish you must see. So if you find a video talking about top 15 NFL moments, switch it to MLB, switch it to NBA, and you'll be surprised on how much this works. The better you are at copying, the more views your video will get. That is why when you search up the 7 levels, you get all of these different channels and different niches. Again, doing pretty much the same thing. It's just working. Look at this channel. This is my first time ever looking at this. They were really trying to do things on their own. You know, the videos were doing okay. They did something in the 7 levels and it worked. I'll subscribe to this because I don't know, I may need this later. Here's an example of someone working within the 7 levels format and it's working entirely for them. Look at this. Look at these good views. Then what did they do? They switched the format. Why would you do that? It's working. Why would you switch it? And now their channel started to die. 7 levels of Ferrari, Porsche, private jets, Lamborghini, super yachts, mansions, hotel suites. This channel is talking about luxury. And for some reason, they switched the format to 7 levels of attack helicopters explained in 12 minutes. And this video is doing terrible because that's not their niche. That's not the format that has already worked. And now you can see they've learned from their mistake and they went back to the 7 levels of cruise ships. The people that are making 10, 15, 20, 30, $40,000 a month are just following formats. Don't overcomplicate this. All you have to do is find that viral video, spin